must have to have the ice maker. We love our views. This was the whole purpose of designing the bus around the windows. You know, you have to think of what's important to you, and that's important to us. Hi, I'm Tracy.
I'm Chris. This is Destination Unknown H345.
Let's go inside and take a peek. Welcome to our kitchen. We took a lot of time and thought into this design process. We wanted to make sure we didn't have a tiny little skinny area to walk through because we do travel with our 105-pound cane Corso. So she likes to be involved whenever we're cooking food. With this design, it allows us to have this nice wide walkway. So we went with all drawers, and I really love the drawers. They're nice and deep. You can put a lot of stuff in them. We have a propane stove and oven. Love it. It's just the right size for us. We don't do a whole bunch of cooking inside. We do most of our stuff outside on our grill. The fridge is great. So when you live in a tiny space, you have a tiny fridge. So I do love this fridge. It has a nice little freezer on the bottom. It has 3 drawers in it, which is just enough space for 4 or 5 days, which is when we would typically kind of refurbish our fresh vegetables, milk, that sort of stuff. What I didn't anticipate was when something's on sale, the local grocery store had a good deal on steaks. Well, I couldn't stock up because I didn't have space. So what we did was we went and bought a second fridge, which you'll see later. We store it underneath the bay. When we were building the bus, we didn't know where we would need extra power. Turned out that we had put a 4 plug behind the fridge, not realizing, you know, it matches with this one, not realizing we wouldn't be able to easily access it. So since we've been on the road, Chris has wired us another plug up top, so we kind of use that as our charging station. We like our ice and can't live without this handy little machine. Love it, love it. Another little thing that I wanted to have when we were doing this build was a white tap. They're hard to come by. You know, when you live in a house, you typically have 2 sinks. Our personal home only has 1 large farm type sink, which I love at home. I wanted to kind of go with that here. I do love just having the 1 sink. If we need to have 2 spaces, you know, washing and then a rinsing space, I have a little round bucket that I put in there just to save water. But we have a lot of under storage water, so we don't use we don't have to worry a whole bunch about running out of water. We had our countertops custom made. They needed to be extra deep to incorporate the window frames and such. So that was a nice touch that we were able to find a business locally that could do this for us. We have a washer dryer combo, which we absolutely love. We don't use the wash or the dryer feature very often. It does take a really long time to dry. Just a little tidbit of information. So we use the washer, hang our stuff out to dry. We have a ton of built-in storage here in the front. These all pull down. We store our office-y type stuff there. And then this side has a printer and some more storage. We've got some games and stuff on that side. The center does not come down because of the AC. We have 2 ACs in the bus, one in the front, one in the back. We bought this hide-a-bed couch while we were down here. It folds out to a queen size. So because we have all these really nice windows that we wanted to keep and incorporate into our design, and when you look out the windows, you'll see all these nice mountain views, but they do get hot. So we bought these blinds that are blackout blinds and just a sheer shade. So we've put these on all of our windows so that at night we can have a sheer shade. We don't have to have a blackout until it's really super hot in the desert. then we can put up the shade.
The whole journey started out with us buying a boat. We were going to buy a boat on the coast of Florida. We were going to sail it around to the Bahamas and back to Florida. And we decided, due to family situation, that we wanted to be closer home to Canada. So we thought, well, let's build a bus. And I have researched schoolies for quite a few years and looked at the schoolie lifestyle and thought, man, I'd like to do that. And one of my all-time dreams and goals with this lifestyle was to come to Schoolie-Palooza. And here we are, Schoolie-Palooza 2023. So awesome. So we've lived out, or I've definitely lived out one of my dreams.
I feel like that we've incorporated our life into this bus as a whole, but just on a smaller scale. So we packed the bus with all of our things that we were going to use every day. We took it on a few trial runs to make sure that this and that worked and we had everything we needed, because you don't want to eliminate everything that you have at home, all your luxuries at home. To do this, you can incorporate it. And I think we've done that well here.
I personally feel, A, everybody should experience this. That's number one. B, do your research. That's a great answer, because I don't feel you can come out here blind. There's enough YouTube information out there that, we researched BLM land, didn't know anything about that. We researched LTV, long-term visitor areas. We researched all this stuff before we decided to take a 45-foot highway coach into the middle of the desert. Can we get here? What's going on? For a perfect example, before we pulled in here, we pulled over, we got in the truck and we did a little run to see if we could make it, because there's a lot of places a unit like this can't go.
Welcome to our bathroom. It's closed off to the main area with this nice door. We put in these two medicine cabinets. I think you can see one of them. They are perfect. He had to adjust this one a little bit. The other one has a little shelf underneath, but this one didn't have the space. These back windows in the bathroom, this is just a frosting on it that blocks out people from seeing in. You can see shadows, but that's it. We wanted still light and knew we didn't want to put blinds in here. So that works back here. So in our shower, we went with an all tile shower. It wasn't advised because people said the grout will crack, the tile will crack when you're driving on the road. It's not meant for, driving around. And I get that, but we took our time and put in the proper backing board and a nice little nook that holds all of our shampoo and body wash and that sort of stuff. And we haven't had any problems. We have our handy Norex mat and it absorbs all that water. Like literally, it is the best bath mat in the world, I think. The vanity, which is just a dresser actually. And then we have tons of place to put all of our personal items. The toilet, we spent a lot of time figuring out what sort of toilet we wanted. We knew that we would have loved to have had a composting toilet, but that was not in our budget. So we went with this Tetford toilet, and we haven't had any problems with it. I know it's plastic, but it's really durable. Another thing that I absolutely needed was a king-size bed. I know it seems a little bit extravagant when you're kind of off-grid living or pulling your tiny home around the country, but we really enjoy our big bed and it fit. So it was no problem to incorporate it. This bed, however, does fold up to half its size when we travel. So what it is two single mattresses, and one plops on the other, and this whole section will push in. Again, the bed from IKEA. with lots of storage underneath, drawers that we have clothing in, and we've got little latches that Chris installed there to lock them in place when we travel so that the drawers don't come out. We managed to find 2 tiny nightstands that fit perfectly on either side of the bed. We have this gigantic closet in the back, which used to be the coach's bathroom. So we've turned it into our actual closet. So it just stores our clothing. So we've got a big cube shelf here that has little baskets. There's also a diesel heater in the front and in the back. We don't have to turn it on very high. On the lowest setting, works great. The emergency hatch here gives us a little bit of breeze. When we don't want to actually use the AC, we just pop open that emergency hatch and gives us a nice airflow. Again, in the back, we have blinds. These ones here are just blackouts. So we didn't feel the need to have a sheer in the back. We thought that blackout was good enough because we don't want to block our beautiful views. Being away from family is really hard for me. That's definitely a con. Con would be that you just don't have endless power everywhere. You know, you always have to be 10 steps ahead with groceries, with water, with that sort of stuff. The pros is, I think, kind of outweigh a lot of those negatives. The pros would be that you can literally go anywhere you want. You can park anywhere you want. You have the best views ever. You know, there's just so many pros.
We're not in the winter. We're not at home in Canada at 40 below with 7 feet of snow. That's a pro.
When you get older, those winters are really hard on your body. And the cleaning ability here is, you know, as opposed to being home, you're looking at cleaning 3,300 square feet to 300.
The other real main piece for myself is I feel that you need to be able to repair stuff on the road. We've already had roadside repairs. We had a fan go out. I had to rig it up so the fan worked all the time just to get off the road, just to get to the next truck stop to get it repaired. So those are my advice, pieces of advice for sure. This is the exterior of our Prevost H345 coach. The H3 chassis is basically higher than a normal coach or higher than a school bus, let's say, or a schoolie. For that reason, we have a ton of storage. Within our storage, we have our diesel heater tank inside, our diesel heater inside. We also have a fridge, so we have plenty of storage underneath. One compartment. We have 3 compartments plus a generator compartment plus a water system compartment. This is our water bay on the other side of that pantry. I wanted to show you what we've done here. You saw our shower inside. You probably talked about, you know, we like to have showers. We like to have a lot of water with us. So what I've done is I've incorporated a tote into our build. So that's 1,000 liters Canadian, or about 300 gallons US. We can fill it to about 250 gallons due to the air vent on the other side will start to slosh and get wet, but we've got 250 gallons of fresh water. We've gone with a household jet pump, so that's a 110 volt jet pump. I didn't want to play with a 12 volt pump. I have a big enough generator. I can run a household jet pump without any issues. We decided to go with a gray-black combination. After doing countless hours of research with the gray tank and a black tank separate, we thought if we put it all together, it'll dump and we won't have any issues. So far, this gray-black combination has been 100% right from the get-go. We've had no issues. We love it. I'm glad we combined the tank. Well, we've done a few different things for work. We have a VRBO or an Airbnb rental at home. So that's one revenue stream. Next revenue stream is we both have jobs in the summertime. We go to work and we do this just in the wintertime to get away from home. Our third job is we have a company called Shots to Go, and it's shotstogo.com. It's a plastic reusable bottle, great for camping, golfing, skidooing, motorbiking, anything you want to take a plastic unbreakable bottle with you. We market it strictly for booze. We fill up we fill the bottle up and then we squeeze the measuring spout and it gets you exactly the right amount of liquor that you want. So for an example, we'll just do this one. This is a smaller bottle, does come with a lanyard on the smaller bottle. You just squeeze and there's 1 ounce. So if you want your drinks to taste exactly the same all the time, that's the reason we came up with this. So we do have this on Amazon. We sell it from our website on Amazon US and Amazon Canada. So we do have a few different revenue streams. Okay guys, thanks for coming by. Thanks for showing up for the tour. We absolutely loved having you here. We love showing off our home-built bus, basically. If you'd like to follow along our journey, we have YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. YouTube and Instagram is Destination Unknown H345, all one word. And on Facebook, our page is Destination Unknown.
So we travel with our Cane Corso, or Cane Corso as they're called. Roma, and she has a TikTok. It's Roma the Cane Corso 1. And of course, if you want more information on our bottles, Shots to Go, you can see that at www.shotstogo.com.
If you ever see us on the road, make sure you stop, come and grab a tour. We love having people through the bus. We love showing them what's going on. So absolutely stop us and come on in.
Come visit.
Come visit.
Bye.